Silent of goal! Lakewood are doing it! They're gonna take! He's gonna bring down Fnatic! Almost with a double kill! Dropping fast! Monopoint's there! He's still alive! Wait, oh, second slide! He's going one side! He's going a second! He's taking it! Oh my god! On three! They're all dead!
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Summit 2 by G2A.com European Division. And we're going to be moving on to our fourth matchup now. That's going to be a matchup between Team Empire and Fnatic. Ryu Boris, you got to go. What are you doing here? Hold on. Hold on, you got to go. Hold on. See you. Bye. Say bye to Ryu. Bye. See you, Ryu. You're gone. Ryu's not going to be joining me from here on out. He's done. He made me look skinny enough as it is, so I need someone else who can come into here and hold his own. Joining me by my side is going to be none other than Mr. Kevin, also known as F4L Dota. Are you there, sir? I'm gonna try to summon you with a snap. Hello? Hello? Oh, I must have unmuted the wrong one. Let's try this again. Kevin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Whoa, there you are.
All right, excellent.
How's it going, my friend? Looking dapper as always. Still sporting the same suit. I'm glad to have you back, my friend, for some more now European action. I hope you're ready for it. I'm sure you probably just woke up. It's bright and early over here in the States, but it's been a exciting road thus far. PR had a couple of exciting games, and then Fnatic fought back very, very hard in that third game against KPG, and now we're going to see Fnatic for the third time straight, now going against Team Empire. What are your thoughts, my friend?
I think this should be a great game. I mean, Fnatic put on a pretty dominant performance the last game. I wasn't able to catch the games earlier, but they looked pretty strong last game. And we see the first spin mag.
Hold on, don't jump the gun. I got to get in the draft first. Boom! There we go. Okay, now you can talk about draft stuff.
Nice. Is there some sort of beeping going on?
Beeping? I hope not. I'm trying to slowly lower down your volume. You're coming in pretty hot. Ryu was pretty soft, so I'm just getting the adjustments underway here, so don't mind me. But the beeping's probably on your end. You might want to figure out what that is. I mean, there's a bunch of clickety-clanks happening in here. I'm now in a house by myself. Everyone from BTS, they actually just came in and said their goodbyes. They're all gone, and I'm stuck all by my lonesome here, so I can do whatever the hell I want, like play with the green screen and really try to embarrass the hell out of them and myself. So it's been already a real treat.
Excellent.
And, you know, it's been a good time. But, yeah, okay, so as far as draft goes, Team Empire, they grab a dynamic duo. They get a hold of the Faceless Void and the Brewmaster, but they're not going to benefit from that fancy support Skywrath Mage because Fnatic got a hold of them, and they also benefited from the first pick Death Prophet, which, to be honest with you, I haven't seen a Death Prophet in quite a while, which kind of feels weird to say.
Yeah, I think this hero is pretty much getting banned the majority of the time still.
Yeah.
Still really strong mid to late game hero with the Exorcism, which pretty much hasn't been touched as far as damage goes. I mean, we had the cooldown nerf, and then in the most recent patch we had the Crypt Swarm and the Witchcraft nerfs. So, but this hero is still really strong. I expect to see it for quite a while, probably until Exorcism gets changed, maybe.
Yeah.
And then they also pick up the Skywrath Mage, another popular support hero.
Yeah, he's just a standard. And what makes him just so fantastic, if you haven't already heard every single game that he gets brought up, is just the move speed is fantastic on him. He's got instant cast silence. He's got huge bursts with the Mystic Flare. His Arcane Bolt does great damage and costs pretty much just a penny as far as mana goes. And overall just fantastic. You just give him any sort of reasonable lockdown, which typically was the Faceless Void for quite a while. You see other people pick up something like a Centaur who's still in the pool, as well as an LC, a Legion Commander who's also still in the pool, and you can work with a pretty nice combo right there. But Empire, they move on. They get hold of now their first real support. It's going to be Shadow Demon, but they're not going to benefit from Mirana, who's already been banned out. Milady is not going to be making an appearance in this one.
5 seconds
Yeah, I really like the
remaining.
Shadow Demon pick. I think it's quite good against Skywrath and good against Centaur.
There he
Team
is.
You know, they
Empire,
just
turn
they
to
stampede, they blink stun someone, you just disrupt them. And it's definitely a strong counter against Skywrath and Centaur, as long as they're not going on Shadow Demon. That is always the issue. That you need to put yourself in a position where you can disrupt the enemy team, but not get killed yourself.
By the way, I think you might have already resolved it, but I think the beeping is when you talk
10
inside of our
seconds
other
remaining.
client that we were trying to
Yeah,
use, and it's
I
muted.
turned
Yeah,
TeamSpeak off.
it's in your head, sir.
5
It's not on my
seconds
end. You
remaining.
crazy. All right. But
I
I know.
was like, it sounded kind of like, you know, when your
Reserve
battery's
time.
getting low.
Yeah.
On the like smoke detector or something.
Oh, I hate that.
And I was like, I like took off my headphones and I was like, this isn't me. Is this you?
I luckily it was my first time using this particular client, so it gave me the warning ahead of time. So I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with that crap. So got rid of it. But all right, well,
Fnatic's
glad that we got
turn
that
to pick.
resolved. Moving on, Team Empire. Look at this spicy
Clinks.
pickup right here. Klink's gonna be grabbed, and you know, Secret's been repping the Klinks for quite a while. Obviously, Cloud9, they have it in like their back pocket when they like to bring out the blinks that they first really brought forward and had a good innovation period. I want to say back during MLG Columbus when they made their strong run with the benefit of an RTZ stand-in, and it was that Blink Klinks that kind of helped him get that title.
10
But
seconds
ever since then,
remaining.
he's been more of a niche pick here and there. Kuroki's played it
5
occasionally and
five
had
seconds
mixed
remaining.
results with. He does great damage towards sieging buildings. He now has
Reserve
that recent
time.
buff where you can benefit from something like a Desolator if you'd like, but overall he has great pick-off potential. You know, give him an Orchid, he might be able to quickly track down someone like your Skywrath Mage and quickly make him pay.
Yeah, I think the reason why he's not more mainstream is that he can fall off really easily if not given the space in the farm early game. He definitely is a hero that needs to have a strong
Team
start in the early
Empire's
game,
turn to ban.
as well as he's not that great in team fights. I mean, he does have, you know, high damage output on a single target, but he's not very mobile in team fights outside of his skeleton walk,
10 seconds
and
remaining.
he can be bursted really easily, and he needs to pick up a BKB before he has
5
any
seconds
chance of
remaining.
staying in a team fight. So
Yeah. Against this lineup as well, he's definitely going to need BKB. Centaur's initiation is just too
Reserve
strong.
time.
Already with Stampede, give him a Blink Dagger, and Big Bad Brad is just really a piece of work and something you don't want to be on the back end of. Same with Skywrath Mage. Obviously, with a Skywrath Mage in the game, it's almost necessary that you're going to need to get a BKB at some point, especially someone like Faceless Void. Otherwise, he'll just pop up a Chronosphere and he can get zoned out just as easily by a Mystic Flare. It works so good with him, but works also just as good against him. And
Fnatic's
you know, it's
turn
pretty
to ban.
sketchy stuff right now. Empire have thrown together a draft where I'm seeing a reasonable amount of counters on the side of Fnatic, but Fnatic also pick up a new support now. They get a hold of the Treant Protector, favoring a little bit of that
Team
sustain.
Empire's turn to pick.
If they want Team Empire here, they still have a secondary support. They can get an Ancient Apparition, who I think could fit pretty good here. Global, it removes that healing capability. It would be strong against the Skywrath Mage, and the Chilling Chilling Touch rather would be nice on Klinks. I don't know. What do you think, man? I think that would be an okay grab.
I think they may have wanted the Slush Wreck, possibly. I think it was a good ban by
Oh,
Fnatic.
Yeah, with the combo with Shadow
Yeah.
Demon.
10 seconds remaining.
There's not really any heroes left that combo with Shadow Demon except for
Cold
maybe
Feet
Lina.
works also
Seconds
with Shadow
remaining.
Demon? Come on. No, I'm just...
It does, but I don't think the only issue with Cold Feet is that the damage
Reserve
doesn't
time.
proc when they get disrupted.
Yeah.
So while you can Cold Feet into disruption, you pretty much only get the stun. You don't get any of the damage.
All right, fair
Which
enough.
it's kind of okay. And then also, do you really want to max that skill on Ancient Apparition? I know there's like a lot of different skill builds on that hero.
Yeah.
Some people favor the Ice Vortex, I would say, is the most popular. You know, maxing Ice Vortex with a couple points and Chilling Touch.
But they don't have any magic damage either, so I can see... I'm just spitballing here. We're throwing against
No,
the
I could
wall.
definitely see AA. I mean, AA is probably one of the strongest support heroes right now.
I love them. I love them. But we're
So
waiting for
what
the
I-
last final picks. They're dipping into reserve time. For anyone out there who are betting their rares, their commons, their arcanas, their pennies, or whatever you want to do. Dota 2 Lounge, currently the odds are in favor of Empire, 66% to Fnatic's 34. So, you know, all the games today are almost down the middle. Nothing too favorable from one side. You know, a lot of these teams are obviously the teams that are not going to be going as well on the trip to, you know, Star Ladder as well. Ryu was
10
pretty abrupt and
seconds
said that we're all
remaining.
losers, you know, but, you know, Ryu's kind of a jerk about it. And whereas I think
5
that we're just
seconds
kind of,
remaining.
we're looking to home down the home base. And it's going to be a Darkseer grab for the off lane,
Fnatic's turn
which is
to pick.
great when you know that you're going to be going against a melee core, which I think they're banking that's something that Fnatic are
Is-
considering.
Doesn't
but-
that have to be a jungle Darkseer, or is that a support Brewmaster?
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right, because they already
They
have
have
a
4
Faceless
cores.
Void.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is
I think
weird.
it's a jungle Darkseer. I'm really concerned about Empire's draft, actually. They have one disable
10 seconds
in the
remaining.
Faceless Void Chrono. I mean, Sure, you can count the
5
split,
seconds
but I wouldn't
remaining.
even count that as a disable against
Of
Centaur.
Oh,
Centaur's gonna use Stampede during split, and they're gonna have issues if this Void is not on point with his Chronos.
Yeah, they might have drafted themselves into quite the pickle. They were using a lot of time there at the end to figure out what to grab, and they grabbed this pointy-headed guy. And in a certain lineup, I could see where it works out. He typically, you know, for the more often you see him in the off lane. If you're going against like a melee core, they could have a lot of struggle with the Ion Shell, and he could inherit a lot of farm just through that alone, and be able to pull it back. But he's someone who also requires a lot of farm, a reasonable amount of XP. You got to get at least like 2-3 levels in your vacuum. You're usually saving your ult until later on, and then finally, when you get everything that you want, then you really make your debut into the fight. But they don't really have a whole lot of lockdown to work with, except for, yeah, like you said, that Chronosphere. It's a bit concerning.
10
I mean,
seconds
Shadow
remaining.
Demon's there, but you know, we'll have to see. You're banking that's going to be a jungle Darkseer. They could change things up quite a bit, and that seems that would make
I think
sense.
that has to be what it is.
We'll find out. I've seen a lot of really more funkier things from some of these teams, so I'll wait to see actually where things lie before I make any sort of judgments. But we did make it into the match, and this is our 4th game today. We got 2 more to go after this one. It's going to be Fnatic vs Empire here for the Summit 2 by G2A.com. We're in the European division, and I'll just lead off your introductions right here. Fnatic's side, it's going to be Ace who's going to be playing your Centaur War Runner. He's all decked out and got the full helmet ready to go. Big Bad Brad looking to bring the pain and find that early Blink Dagger and mobility. Rise. Can you just take it easy with the coughing, you know? Just like I'm trying to do my introductions here. Anyways, it's okay. I'm kidding, man. Arise is playing your decked out Queen of Pain in the mid lane. I love this snowball flashy hero. You know, we don't see enough of it anymore. It's been more core-oriented mid laners, but she's back, and she's bad and beautiful. It's going to be Crit playing your support Treon Protector.
30
Just behind we got
seconds to
Rise
battle.
playing your support Skywrath Mage, and to round it all out, none other than Hani is going to be playing a side lane Death Prophet.
Yep, and then on Empire, in the top lane, we have Silent playing this core position 1 Clinks. Always want to fly on the support Shadow Demon. Resolution taking up the mid Panda. And then in the off lane, we have Yoki on the Faceless Void. And
a
Solo.
Darkseer.
I don't know exactly where he's
The
going to go. I
battle
think he
begins.
I could see him starting in the off lane maybe. And, you know, trying to get some double Ion Shell maybe on him in the Void. And then they just sort of try to battle against his tri-lane for a little bit.
This is going to be interesting to see what he does here. He's built up like a support. I mean, he's got a decoration of wards to work with, a salve here, a tango there, a couple of other clarity potions. This guy's a walking chemist with his early inventory, and this is a build and a role position that we haven't seen. Maybe they're looking to innovate something, but we'll find out. Is he got the double Ion Shell already flying out? They're going for early a push right now, and looking to counter back that is this tri-lane setup where you're going to typically see your Skywrath Mage just constantly try to zone them back right now, and even Hani throwing out the early level of Crypt Swarm, which, mind you, was nerfed a little bit in the recent, 6.82C patch, but not really enough to deter people from playing the hero altogether.
Yeah, I mean, the ult still wasn't touched, so.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It is indeed. So it looks like, yeah, the Darkseer is going to start in this bottom lane, try to eye on the creeps, help this Void get some levels. They were probably a bit scared that the Void was just going to get zoned by the Skywrath and Treant Protector. So you're just going to have Solo sit bottom a little bit, maybe get some experience, probably go for maybe... I think he'll stay bottom until level 3. That's the point when your jungling really starts to be efficient.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that'll be the plan as well. We see plenty of other heroes fall into the same. Usually they start off as a solo off lane, and they have to double back and get some work done in the jungle, so be it. But he needs something to start with just to make the jungle experience a little bit easier. So for now, he's taking what he can with these, extreme amount of Ion Shells. But Yoki's also trying to battle for that CS, so it gets a bit awkward with that. Oh, he surges through, scouts him out, and we'll use that surge to just put himself right back into the lane. Touching base on mid, the Queen of Pain and Brewmaster matchup now. She's sporting a 8-2 CS, while Brew is at 8-0, so they're right on par with each other. She immediately heads towards the top to scout out that rune, which will be the bounty. That leaves the Illusion rune at the bottom for the Darkseer, who is Ion Shells himself and gets caught out with a concussive shot, eats a little bit of harassment, pops his salve, and we'll go right back to lane.
Yep. And he was just trading blows with the tree for a little bit, and then he has to salve up now.
Yeah, not someone you want to trade with. Tree hits pretty hard. 85.
And Empire is doing really well in this offlane. I mean, this Faceless Void has 9 CS to the 10 of Death Prophet.
This is... I wonder if Fnatic are just as perplexed with this as we are, as far as how the matchup goes. As Solo is constantly like kind of doing bits of harassment on the outside, even Iron Shell his own illusions if he really wants to. Top lane, oof. Brad is getting caught out here. Ace is trying to get away. He's eating big damage right now. One more of those lingering. Oh, he can get it. Can he get it? Oh, he's like trying to turn the corner, but can't quite get it. And, well, he'll be able to heal up with that salve. It was a very close call right there for Ace, but he's able to heal on up and make it around. That Stout Shield putting in the extra bit of effort right there to save his life.
Yep. So Resolution having a bit of a hard time mid against Quap, but I think all the other lanes for Empire are doing quite well at the moment. I think they're winning this bottom lane, this duel versus Tri lane. They're getting a lot more experience. You know, Fnatic can't even pull at this point because the Starkseer is just so annoying. He just Ion Shells one of the neutral creeps, and I mean this tree can't even walk up to try to kill them.
Yeah, this is proven to be quite troublesome right now for Fnatic. They were banking on being able to bring this creep wave back so that Hani would have a reasonable time working with it. I mean, it's still back right now, but supports. Oh man, Tree's like, what the hell's happening right now? And he gets taken down. Solo just runs him down with that Ion Shell, and now even rises under pressure. Leap on forward. They're going to commit for this one. Now Sol doesn't have any more mana to work with, and you see the immediate return of Tree. And now they have to step back as he does have the leech seed. It would be cautious, but wow, Empire in this funky fresh off lane get the first kill by just running down the Treon Protector with that Ion Shell.
Regeneration.
And I mean, this is why we don't see Death Prophet in the safe lane.
Oh man. Ace is just standing at the top of the stairs waiting for Shadow Demon to come on up, and he's right there with open arms to greet him. Strikes once, pulls out the hoof stomp, double edge, and
oh, that's a huge kill.
Shadow Demon gets immediately taken down, and yeah, you're right. That's huge. For a Centaur in the off lane, he grabs the benefit of that kill, and, well, Solo apparently says there's a door, so we're going to get a hold of that pizza, bring it in, pop off a slice on a plate, and, you know, call it a day.
Ace is definitely not having fun in this off lane against the Clinks. So to pick up a solo kill is really huge for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only sitting at 1 CS right now.
No, now he's at 1 CS and 1 kill, so that definitely works out for him. He grabs his boots, so he's got the more mobility to get away from any sort of side chase down. He also gets the side pull over here to try to get the creeps back towards the tower where he can benefit from some extra CS, you know, getting back from that 1 creep deficit. That's very much troublesome, but happy to grab a sweet kill right there. Banks on the idea that they were going for that 4-minute rune, and he's just there to welcome Shadow Demon back to the lane. I think it just worked out very, very nicely for him, just pretty much getting delivered right to his lap. But back on bottom, where this is the bit of an awkward engagement right now. This tri-lane was supposed to be the one to be asserting their dominance on the back of a heavy harassment Skywrath Mage plus additional sustain from the tree to kind of heal everyone out. And here they go. They're looking to make another go. They Ion Shell Void, and they're going to press in Time Walk, and they're going to try to stop this, but Crypt Swarm, that's not going to be enough, and they just quickly do a hit and run right there, and the Surge is also going to help Yoki get away, but he's still under pressure. They're looking to chase him on down. Tree needs more time and not enough mana, and Crypt Swarm does miss. Yeah, wow. Another sweet kill in this off lane. This is proven to be a really nice grab, and now Always Want to Fly moves on in. They were trying to get someone out with a disruption, but they're not going to be so lucky. So
I feel like these supports need to make some rotations now. The tree and the Skywrath. I mean, these heroes are very good at ganking. I feel like they should. I mean, like it's almost too late to gank mid now because this Brewmaster is level 5 and
he's about to be 6
3/4, and then I think you could gank this Clinks. It could be a bit challenging if he knows that everyone's missing, and he is also level 6, so you'd have to wait for the Dark Pact. But they're almost a liability in this bottom lane now.
Yeah.
Because they're going to go on crit.
Oh, they jump on through. They're not done yet. They're going to make a go on crit. The Treon Protector eats a lot of damage, but ultimately will be able to slip out at that point. They don't want to overcommit, feed themselves away for a simple support kill. But Tree is now going to have to take that long walk of shame back to base to heal on up with only brown boots to his name and some wards in his stash. He is in Strug City right now with only 1 CS. It's got a long way to go before he's going to be able to contribute a whole lot in this game. While it's Faceless Void at 22-2. He's trying to build in a lot in this off lane. Hani is at 36-9, but the top of the CS does belong, of course, to the Clinks in the top. Silent is currently 51-14. He's got great denies. Ace is looking to press on in. He's got his Tranquil's complete, but now he eats a disruption and a Soul Catcher, and he's just going to get harassed back. They're not going to have enough oomph to really take him down, and plus the benefit of that living armor, he's going to be A-OK, as he will step back, but really can't offer a whole lot to prevent Silent from just taking control of this top lane.
Yeah. And Arise isn't winning mid that hard. He's only ahead by 3 CS. Yeah, I mean, you picked this Queen of Pain hero to really
Yeah.
destroy mid lane. And if this hero doesn't get off to a good start, it's a liability for her team.
Oh, here we go. Resolution is ready to put this split to work as he gets a big Ion Shell.
Oh, and they're
Yeah.
so close to level 6 on the Centaur. That would be huge. If this Centaur gets level 6, he just got level 6 right now.
They're going to pull it out. The Stampede could be available if they want it. They might use it as an escape to get away after they get the job done. So he pulls out the Primal Split, and they're on the hunt for some supports. Even Arise gets in on the action now. TP's on through, and they're just kind of doing a little bit of a ring around the rosy behind these trees, and they can't find a proper target. They're going to go ahead and Cyclone up the Queen of Pain. They finally get a hold of Hirhani, which is the prize target, and they do take him down. And now they're going to look to bring it on out. There's your Queen of Pain bursting. Solo is now locked in the corner. They do take down the Faceless Void. Resolution doing big damage with the Ion Shell. Can they burst anyone else down? 2 for 3. It's a bloodbath on the bottom lane. And Centaur, I'm trying to click on here. He did use the Stampede at some point. I actually didn't even hear it pop off, but it ends up being to the benefit, it looks like, of Fnatic, even though they do lose Hani and Queen of Pain. You know what? Really, it's hard to say.
That was so close to being probably, I would say it would have been a wipe almost for Fnatic had the Stampede not been online.
Yeah.
And that fight just shows the power of Stampede against this lineup. They have no reliable stuns besides Chronosphere, and Void was level 5.
Yeah. So definitely worked out for them to
Radiant's
have
middle tower is
Centaur,
under
even
attack.
from the top lane, be able to contribute a whole lot to just help his team in need. And looks like Solo's going to do a little bit of creep cutting or something. He's catching Hani from
Radiant's
behind,
bottom
puts on these
tower is under
Solo
attack.
Iron Shell, and they're going to walk hand in hand. Coming in from behind is Yoki, but
Is he gonna use
is
the
not going to
chrono?
pull it out. Yeah, he is. He's going to
Yes.
pull it out. Probably would have liked an Ion Shell before he went in, but he actually is going to get it. And they do take down the Death Prophet. Nice grab, but Arise is looking for redemption. Pushes on in, but they
Radiant's
quickly
bottom tower
retreat
is
out.
under attack.
And no stun is going to stop them from getting away. And Time Walk is also available if they want to make an even easier escape. Bounty Rune's going to be on the bottom. Solo's going to quickly bottle that up for himself and return back to the bottom. So Empire, man, still looking pretty hot right now. 5 and 4, taking a pretty early look at the net worth graph. It's in their favor,
Radiant's
but not by a
bottom
whole lot. Meanwhile,
tower
top
is
lane, the
under
Stampede going to be
attack.
called. They're making it go. They want to take down Silence, and they get it. See the back end of that one, but with the quick rotation to the top after Hani falls on the bottom, they take down that prized, pretty heavily farmed Clinks in the top lane.
And Honey has a point in Exorcism at level 6, so they're probably gonna transition into a top lane push.
Radiant's
As
bottom tower is under
Empire
attack.
gonna put pressure on this bottom tower. Darkseus Crypt
Dire's
Creep, cut it.
tower
Skipping.
is under attack.
Yeah, we're skipping. Creep dancing behind to prevent them from pushing on in while Faceless Void's going to move with his creeps to try to go for a trade, but you see your level 1 Exorcism. Not the spookiest thing ever, just a couple of
Radiant's
ghosts that are
bottom
able to
tower
go
is
in there and
under
tickle that tower, but it's going to
Dire's
be enough for them to
structures
really
are
secure it. They
fortified.
pull out the glyph because you got a glyph
Dire's
or
Do they wanna
ticket.
defend that?
Bottom
is
lane
under
though,
attack.
Arise is here, Invis,
Radiant's
dancing
middle
around.
tower
They're
is under
saving
attack.
their glyph.
Dire's
They pop it
top
right there at the
tower has
end, and
fallen.
Arise might make them pay for this one.
Radiant structures
Ooh boy, oh
are
boy, she's got an ult in her pocket ready to blast it on home if she wants to. There we go. The scream
no.
flies out, but no, the wall also gets dropped, and oh, she gets locked with a
I
bat, and she goes
declare
down. Oh, the Bat Lady.
Radiant's
Oh,
bottom
falls
tower-
down, and they
Radiant's
also
bottom
pick up the
tower
tower
has
into the
fallen.
hands of Faceless Void.
Void
Oof.
backtrack Scream of Pain.
Man, oh man. What
And then
great luck
first
for
hit
Faceless
bash.
Void.
Wow.
Backtrack into a
Radiant's
bash.
middle
That's
is
the
under
power
attack.
of this hero. I mean,
Pure skill.
RNGesus.
One level of backtrack. 10%.
I mean, I think Quap would have killed Void pretty easily.
She's got to be upset.
Yeah.
I can
think
taste the palpable
Radiant's
the
bottom tower
bitterness
is
in the
under
air
attack.
right now.
He used Scream, and then he wanted to see if it was going to get backtracked, and then if it didn't, he was going to ult, and then it got backtracked, and he was probably thinking to himself,
Oh.
there's no way that this backtrack is leveled beyond, like, 1 or 2 points.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, he guesses wrong. Silent in the mid lane though.
How
Creeping on
unfortunate.
through. He went Midas. Pretty greedy early Clinks farm. We'll see if he's got the mask, the Sage's mask, so he's
Yeah.
going right for the Orchid grab. See your Brew's going to pick up his Blink Dagger. Items starting to come online for Empire for them to initiate. And you see Crit moving on through with Nature's Guise. He's going to scout out Silent here. They might converge on this one. They got the Silence. Rises there. He also has Mystic
might
Flare.
die.
If they do, he doesn't have Root though, but they have the Dust. They jump on through. There's your nuke. This one, no backtrack for you, sir, and even a Mystic Flare.
Pain
Ugh.
is the
Man,
best
they unleash a
teacher.
fiery fury and take down the prized Silent Clinks once again. Nice grab for them.
Yeah, and I just want to talk about this dual lane bottom for a little bit.
Go play. Please do.
Hold on. I thought there was going to be a little bit of action. So I think this dual lane is actually really interesting and extremely strong. You have Faceless Void, who has some of the best like stats for an offlaner in the game. And then you have Darkseer, a hero that I would say has fallen off the...
Oh, hold on. I have to hold that thought as they jump in. They quickly take down Brew. Brew jumps in thinking he's going to get something out of it. Now Ace is very, very low, and Solo seems to be on the hunt. Jumping on in. Chrono is not going to catch Brad, but catches the 3 others. And Rise with no mana to work with any sort of Mystic Flare, obviously. There's your wall going to be dropped right now. And, oh, very low. Nice save, but he's not going to get away from this one, I would imagine. No luck right there. But he takes down Skywrath Mage before he goes, making it a 2 for 2. Split right down the middle for now, and even Hani commits the Exorcism for this one. Still pressing forward. Solo's there, but he's solo.
Yeah. What I was going to say is, I think Darkseer has fallen off because you might do well if you do well in your lane and you don't get zoned out from level 1, which is a easy possibility, then you're basically on this Darkseer hero as a core. And I don't think the hero itself isn't that great in the mid game when teamfights start to happen. I think he's super strong in the late game and pretty strong early game if he's given a decent start.
Silent might be in trouble. He senses danger, pulls out the skeleton walk. They have the dust, but it's just out of range. Oof.
Oh, and that barely missed.
Narrowly avoids really quick danger. Ace would have easily gotten a hold of him, got a stun, but now they're on the retreat, jumping in his Empire Resolution, but he is silenced up. Can't pull out the split just yet. Is he going to commit for getting a hold of Rise, who also narrowly escapes about 25 life? Blinks forward. Ooh,
Radiant's top
nope, he
tower
cuts up
is under
instead.
attack.
And Rise counts his blessings as he barely makes it away from that one with the quick reaction silence. You know, she can't quickly pull out a split. Might have considered it, but then ends up getting away.
I mean, these teams just don't want me to talk about this dueling. They want to keep it a secret.
I mean, I'm a big fan of action-packed gaming, that's for sure. So, but I understand where you're coming from. You feel like you have a valid point you just can't wait to make, but every time you go into it, something like this happens. There's engagements not only here in the jungle, but also top lane. They're looking to converge. We'll catch this one on solo as they quickly blast him down right here. Should take one more punch. They do end up taking him down. Meanwhile, top lane, you see the back end of that one. It is Brad who hits the deck, so it's going to be somewhat of an off-laner for an off-laner, but the grab on Centaur is very, very nice because that puts him even further away from getting a hold of that Blink Dagger, and then they're going to follow it up with a tower takedown. This tier 1 on top should fall.
Is under attack.
Yep, and he grabs the last hit. Very nice.
Radiant's
Solo,
top
or
tower
Silent
has
rather.
fallen.
Able to grab that
Silent's
one.
sitting at 112 CS. He's almost got an Orchid with a Midas Tread Soul Ring in
He's
15
farming
minutes.
out of his mind. And we wager once he does complete that Orchid, obviously he might go on a Hitman squad, but could also. Mid lane though. God, no points are ever gonna. Oh! Oh! Man, oh man, that was rough. Shadow Demon gets blown up from that Mystic Flare setup, and Arise is just kind of there to make it happen. And well, also at the same time, Hani fell on the bottom lane.
Yeah, they used Chrono Mask of Madness, and then the Panda came up to clean it up.
Nope, it just doesn't stop mid lane now. They're making a go on Arise potentially. Got Silent nearby. No Orchid yet, which would make this kill a whole lot easier. But maybe looking for an opportunity to maybe just quickly burst him down, but it's not going to be there. And Resolution though, who does have split, bottles up, and well, just going to wait it out for now. But okay, what were we talking about now? We have very important discussions we're trying to make, but these...
We're talking about the offlane,
yeah,
and how Darkseer has sort of fallen off as a standard offlaner, but
yeah.
I think in these dual lane scenarios he can be really strong. Mostly because if he's only there for Ion Shelling and Surging, I think this hero is really strong, but when he has to provide, you know, like the standard offlaners provide team fight control...
Oh, hold on, again, as, ooh. That was close. They get the silence off, but he does quickly blink out before taking any sort of damage. Resolution flirting with death right there. As, he almost catches him out. Rise, woo, big damage on him. As he tries to burst down the creep wave and do a little bit of harassment damage. Gotta be cautious about that one. Pressing on forward though. Rise is hiding in the trees.
They're all invis and they don't have protection.
The Nature's guys trying to go for a setup right now. Resolution also parked nearby with an Ion Shell ready to go and is split. And now you see that Centaur's coming in. He has a Blink Dagger. They might pull out the Stampede and go for a counter initiate if they have the window. but they're not going to see anyone. They kind of just get their tower and immediately pull back. So I guess objective complete for Empire on that one.
I feel like they waited a bit too long. I'm guessing maybe they just didn't want to fight. I mean, because if you're going to commit in TP like that,
Yeah.
you should use the overgrowth before the tower dies. I mean, Tree was invis and they had no detection.
Yeah. Overgrowth, Mystic Flare would have been there and available, and
Looks like they're going to smoke.
they're itchy to make use of those skills. So they're going to creep around the
And
outside.
Hani went for a Midas.
Whoa! It's not the
Hani's a
first time I've seen
very
it, but
greedy
But
player.
it's you know, it's not as fast of a Midas pickup if you're gonna go like full greed kind of a build, but looks like
I'm
he
not sure when he picked it up. I think maybe after phase boots.
yeah, also has that
I think
handy dandy
Empire's-
Bite booster, which you can
Yeah,
always turn
Empire's gonna
into
get this
something else.
for free.
They're not gonna see anyone, and I guess they'll just move all the way to the top and pop the Exorcism for a tier 2. Crypt Swarm flies, they're gonna clear the wave, and
Roshan has fallen
here he
to
goes.
the
Meanwhile, you see Empire, they
Dire's
take advantage of that
top
space,
tower
and they
is
go
under
in, they
attack.
quickly take down the Rosh, and it's going to be Void who does pick it up. Pull out the Stampede, and they press on in. They're making it go for Fly, but Fly just quickly disrupts himself, but getting in the action is going to be Resolution, who's quickly silenced up once more, but Yoki gets in now, and he pulls out the Chrono, catches on 3, just on the outcusp of it, and they're going to go right for Ace. Ace is going to fall. Nice grab for them. Exorcism still unleashed right now, but not finding any sort of pinnacle target. He gets cycloned right up into the air. Always want to fly. Purges down Hani. Hani gets saved with the living armor.
Radiant's
Cycloned
courier
again.
has been
Nature's
killed.
Guise being also distributed for his
Radiant's
team.
bottom tower
Rise
is
ups
under
back.
attack.
Arise moves in. And there's another disruption, but Fly, always want to fly. Not going to be so lucky this go around. But another jump in comes out. Is very confident Yoki with that Aegis in hand. Oh, Mystic Flare not going to be near the mark right there. Rise is going to fall for that one. Arise blasts out the Sonic right into the
Radiant's
face.
bottom tower is under attack.
And man, oh man, it just doesn't end right now. Yoki's still in pursuit. They manage to take down the tree, and it's
Dire's
Silent who
top
picks up the
tower
double
is
kill on
under
his Clinks,
attack.
just kind of creeping on in on the back of that Orchid. Meanwhile, bottom lane, you see Hani dealing with Solo, who's been continuously pushing on the bottom lane, even gets silenced up. And he's, oh, the Crypt Swarm catches, and they take him down, and it's Arise who picks up the kill and is now unstoppable on that Queen of Pain.
And that was a 4v5 for Empire.
Yeah.
I think Solo was just split pushing the bottom lane the entire time. So they
Certainly
were
was.
without... That was without Wall, Vacuum, and Ion Shell. And they were able to come out, I think, 4 for 2 in that fight.
Yeah. 4 for 2. One took down Centaur and Skywrath
Dire's
Mage.
middle tower is under attack.
And I'm
think
not
everyone else made it out.
entirely sure about this Queen of Pain pickup.
Oh. Bottom, a defensive Stampede, it looks like, to get away from Resolution. That's all right.
I'm not sure that this pickup has entirely worked as they planned. I think while he has 7 kills, I think they needed a hero that could group up and take 5-man engagements against this lineup of Empire. I mean, Empire has... I mean, we talked about it before. They have nothing besides this Chrono.
Uh-oh, Orchid catches Silent. Silent gets a taste of his own medicine and can't really do anything about it. He gets quickly taken down. Nice move in from Arise with the benefit of that Invis rune. Secures a nice grab on the precious core Clinks.
Yeah. They have nothing besides this Void Chrono to deal with Stampede.
Yeah.
If the Panda goes in and splits, they'll just Stampede away. And then unless the Void hits a good Chrono, they're probably going to lose the fight.
But he's been handing some good ones, and he's going to probably catch another here, potentially in mid lane, as he opens up some right clicks and now continues to do work here with the benefit of that Mask of Madness. Oh, Centaur, he goes down. Root's going to be popped out there. Mystic Flare not doing anything as the BKB is promptly popped out, and Skywrath's going to pay for that one as he also falls. Vacuum back very nicely on crit, but he's invis. They don't have detection. Meanwhile, Arise jumps in, eats a bit of damage, and is forced to leap on out. So, takedown 2 for the one Shadow Demon right there. And Yoki with the quick reaction of that BKB, that Mystic Flare is going to be to nothing.
In Arise, it looks like he's going towards a Hex. I really think he needs BKB this game. They need him to be a bigger presence in these teamfights, and I think the item for that
Radiant's
is
bottom
BKB.
tower
Oh, here
is
we
under
go.
attack.
Silent smells bat blood, and well, they jump in, they catch her with the Orchid, and now they fire right back
Radiant
with their own
structures
pickoff
are
grab.
fortified.
TP is going to be promptly
Radiant's
canceled like
bottom
that.
tower
Lift is
is
popped
under
out.
attack.
They're going to go for their own initiation here. Hani looking to press on forward, has the Exorcism ready to go, but I think ultimately they're just going to secure a
Radiant's
deny on
middle
this
tower
tower,
is
if
under
anything.
attack.
And They better get it quick here.
Resolution.
Oh, jumps in, splits. It's going to prevent them. Vacuum wall right in the middle. Exorcism's going to be forced to be popped. And the Cyclone throws Hani right up in the air. Solo gets chopped down from behind because Beefcake Brad jumps on through, but they lose Skywrath Mage. And now, Ace is on the run to get away from this, and he tries to throw out the living armor, does get it on him. The tower ends up going down. He gets taken down by the Clinks. And Yoki now caught out. Nice time walk, gets him away, but he still has that Aegis. Puts it to use, but poor Hani gets immediately right-clicked down, and it's Clinks who picks up another 4 for 1. On the back end of that, Empire not letting them go for that easy deny. They find the right time to just jump in with a fight. They make it work.
And this game is slowly
Radiant's
spiraling out of
bottom
control for
tower is
Fnatic.
under attack.
Everyone on Empire is getting their core items, which, I mean, this draft, if you look at it, is super greedy from Empire, and they just weren't punished in this bottom lane. This Darkseer and Void did, I mean, they just ran over Fnatic's tri-lane.
Oh, jump in mid. Orchid catches Resolution. They throw out the Sonic Wave, and it's enough to bring down the Panda, but it's looking to fire back as Faceless Void jumps in, and he's looking for revenge. He gets it. Yeah,
I
nice grab
foresaw
there.
your death the moment you were born.
All right, Faceless Void, nice. 2,400 gold for him. And Silent continues to farm on up. The benefit of that Midas.
And Silent has a BKB now.
Fresh and shiny new. 10-second BKB to work with, plus near 1,300 gold. It's getting pretty big. It's getting pretty
And
scary.
Death Prophet's forced to go into a Ghost Scepter, probably not an item that you want to be going on this hero. You know, you'd much prefer... I mean, he doesn't even have a Yules yet.
Yeah.
He's just so scared of getting killed by this Clinks. And probably the Void Chrono, too.
It's rough. Now with the Ghost Scepter, it will add a little bit of extra defense. You know, given the opportunity to promptly pop it off will prevent the right click coming up from Clinks. And if he gets it off before the Chrono, that certainly would help as well. But for now, just having to build and play more defensive than you typically would like on your Death Prophet, it's not what you want. You want to be taking objectives, taking towers, and really pressing the pace of the game. But you're not
And
able to
even
do so.
Solo has a Blink Dagger now. Blink Dagger mech.
And Maelstrom also going to be complete now in your Faceless Void. Uh-oh, meanwhile, up by the river, they're going to try to catch out a Rise, so they pull out the Stampede, use that to get away. Defensive disruption there on Resolution. Now he pops out the Primal Split, chucks down the Rock, but it's going to go a little too far. Crit pulls out the Nature's Guise, but Rise might be caught out again. They just step away from that Mystic Flare, and he does fall. And Crit goes under the shadows of the trees to get away. So a quick support takedown there for Empire. They expend the split for it, but still, always finding something. They even throw the Cyclone. Disruption, Silence here, and he's got a DD. Uh-oh. Big right-click damage coming out from Silent. He even takes down Centaur Warrunner. Nice grab there for him. And a jump back from Faceless Void, who still has Chrono to use. Doesn't even need to expend it there. Empire pushing well in the head now, 22-17. And their net worth quickly got out of hand. 14K
Radiant's
to their
middle
favor.
tower is under attack.
They're looking real good against Fnatic, who had a very strong game against KPG just prior to this one.
Yeah. And what can you say? When your dual lane
Radiant's middle tower has
just
fallen.
destroys the enemy tri-lane,
Yeah.
you probably won the game.
I don't know. It's obvious that Fnatic were not expecting that.
Yeah, they definitely weren't expecting it. I think they thought what I thought originally is that they might have a jungle Darkseer. I mean, I considered the possibility that it could be a dual offlane, but
Man, oh man. But that proved to be a
they
crippling
just did
factor.
work.
Yeah,
And
it
they
just
just
worked very, very nicely. They're smoked up. They're constantly on the aggressive.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, it might pop Darkseer's smoke here. He's running on through. He does have Stampede. Jump in. Resolution looking to make it happen. And oh
no.
The cock block pause as Darkseer is disconnected
Well, at
from the
least we
game.
got the auto pause.
Yeah,
I really like that function that Valve added.
yeah. Very, very good. I just hate seeing pauses, that's all. You know, had plenty of them today already. Plenty of holdups. But it's very crucial, of course, to have the Darkseer in this fight. He's got a Blink Dagger, and he's waiting behind for a perfect jump-in attempt. It's only a level 1 wall, but he's got plenty to work with that vacuum, and it could be pretty devastating for them. His Resolution, still no Primal Split. He made a jump-in play right there, but still has like over 20 seconds before it's available. And we're going to go. Oh boy, we're going to see this one unfold, as I would imagine Faceless Void's going to be ready to go with the... oh, he can't. He's silenced up. Can't go in quite yet. He does get it off right there. Catches on the One, it's going to catch down on him, and it's going to catch down on the tree. So both Centaur and tree go down, and Hani moves on through with Exorcism, but he's going to eat big damage, but he has enough burst to quickly take down Silence Clinks, but Solo's also going to town, finishes off, and takes down another flimsy support in your Skywrath Mage, but oh, Faceless Void also goes down. That Orchid plus the Exorcism, huge damage, and Arise moves on to an Ultra Kill. Very nice counterback from Fnatic in that engagement.
Oh, and he's got a Hex. He just went from... He had like 1,000 gold on
rich.
top of his ultimate orb to 5,000 gold.
6.82.
6.82. Yep. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Rubber band is real, folks. Huge turnaround for Fnatic as they definitely reaping the rewards from that huge turnaround fight. Now Hani sports the heart, and like you said, Arise with a sheep stick. Big, big pickups for them. Now Empire, it's only going to get worse as they jump in and quickly take down Solo.
Are they back in this game?
They are back in this game. That net worth graph is going to start creeping on up as now we're at 10K, what was once near a 14K. Gold lead is slowly coming back, and there's still towers on the map to take down. They've only done work on the top. They jump back. They're going to get Fly as well. The momentum is very much real right now for Fnatic as they take one after one now after that big, big fight. And now they press on. And they'll be able to take this tier 1 tower. Oh, Yoki jumps in. He wants a Rise. He wants that bounty. And he's starting to right-click him down. They can't do a whole lot from the outside, but Clinks can help. They do burst him down. Silent flies out there on Resolution. Has Primal Split to go. Rise gets very low, pops his Ghost Scepter, and Centaur falls. So Empire do step back and take down a couple of their own. Gold Swing isn't going to be as dramatic, but at least it's something promising back towards Empire's favor.
Yeah. How is Quap supposed to survive these Chronos? It looks like he's going to pick up the Ghost Scepter. But even with the Ghost Scepter, you have to pop it before the Chrono, and you don't want to pop it too early.
Yeah. What if he like gets faked out too?
Yeah. Oof. Or if Void's coming from Fog, it's like very difficult to do.
Certainly is. Empire feeling control now that Arise is out of the playing field and down for still another 30 seconds. They can easily open up on this Roche, and he's getting like perma-locked in place from Faceless Void right now. And it's just easy damage being put out from Silent. And that's an Aegis in the pocket of your Faceless Void. Empire.
Yeah, Silent also picks up a Diffusal Blade. So these Ghost Scepters, their usefulness just went down quite a bit. You know, the Skywrath Mage, he has a Ghost Scepter. That was probably keeping him safe against this Clinks.
Nobody's safe.
But no more.
Dire's middle tower has
The counter
been
to the
denied.
counter.
The only one I think that they can't burst instantly is this Death Prophet in a Chrono.
Yeah. Well, she has Heart now, so they just simply can probably Cyclone her up a few times and try to take care of everyone else, and then they'll move on to Hani. Or they do the opposite, or they try to get on her and quickly burst her down before she can contribute a whole lot. Really, we'll have to see as Empire.
They need F-Blades. Like 2. They need an F-Blade on this Quap and maybe one on one of the supports.
Ooh,
so that
Resolution, they're lingering close. Immediate pings as they do scout out and see, but they pull back. They're not feeling this one.
there's too many.
Feel
They
comfortable.
were looking for a pickoff and they just aren't going to find it here.
And oh man. Plus Silent has that gem, so no one's even going to be safe under the Nature's guise.
I think F-Blade is probably the best item for any support or probably Quap to get at this point. If anyone gets solo chronoed, you can just completely negate the chrono.
Be a big
And that's huge
grab.
for Quap. If let's say the Skywrath is somehow able
Radiant's
to farm
top
it before the
tower
game
is under
ends,
attack.
and they go on the Quap, that's an easy way for Quap to survive the chrono.
Quap is behind. The creeps are going to scout her out, and they quickly ping her. And maybe they'll second guess what kind of engagement they want to do. Maybe worried that they might get flanked from behind, but nope. Empire smoke up. They press in. They see Hani.
Oh god.
He jumped through. Oh, immediate silence zone Resolution. The big burst. Can they take him down? Nice defensive disruption, though. Helps him out. They jump through. The chrono catches on Hani, who does get forced forward, but ultimately they can't finish him off. The brew goes down. So does Queen of Pain and the tree. And now he's starting to lay out the right clicks. The defensive Yules would be forced out here. from Hani, but that's not going to be enough. They just right-click him on down. Yoki picks up a double kill and make that a triple as he cleans out the Skywrath Mage. Only the big bag Centaur trying to unload, but another disruption defensively, and now he'll fall. Make it 5 for Empire as they only lose their Brewmaster and Darkseer and take out the whole Fnatic squad. Now turn their sights on this tier 2 tower and eventually try to break high ground. We have 3 buybacks available. That belonging to Centaur, Skywrath Mage, and Tree. That means that both Hani and Arise will not be able to come back. And this is probably an opportunity for Empire to quickly take a set of racks.
He only chronoed Hani in that engagement. And then he just went ham on the Quap and Tree. I mean, he solo killed them with Ion Shell on him. This Void is just enormous right now, and they have no answer for him right now.
Ion Shell plus Mjolnir makes it all the sweeter. He's happy to go in and go toe-to-toe with anyone and not suffer too much. There's your racks taken down now. And
I'm not sure what Fnatic can do at this point.
moving on through Stampede, they want to get a hold of him. They'll silence him up. He does have the Aegis, so even if he falls here, he'll be able to bounce back. He's got the time walk to work with. Silence here, though. He goes in, he immediately silences, he gets a chrono back, he holds all 4. They're going to unload, and they take down Queen of Pain. Oh, man, he's out for good. Centaur also goes down. This is going to be the last strike for Empire. They move on in. Desperate Ghost Scepter, but it gets purged off immediately. There's your Diffusal going to work, folks. And that's Empire probably taking the game. Unbelievable. Yep.
And that's probably all she wrote.
A wall in the fountain. Oh, man, that GG wall.
Okay, Solo.
Now they go back towards mid lane. And they still have plenty of time. In fact, they're just going to go for the jugular, it looks like. These tier 3s taking damage. Yoki's just kind of focusing the side structures, not even focusing the tier 4 yet. I think Empire know they pretty much have this one in the bag. As they clear out the rest of these tier 4s, make their way on the throne next. Even always want to fly is going to make things that much harder. As puts the Diffusal on Resolution, the extra bit of illusions, and that's it. Fnatic, though, not looking to call GG. They don't want to tap out. They're going to make him work for it as Ace does jump back in. But Resolution simply pulls out his BKB, and now they're going to open up on him. A couple of right clicks. He goes down. Empire just finished what they started and finished the game. Fantastic play from Empire. A small window, it looked like, for maybe, just maybe, Fnatic could have came back, but that just quickly got
It's
diffused.
so hard against Empire's heroes at that point in the game. Like, they have this Queen of Pain hero that has to snowball, you know, falls off until, I would say, Quap is actually really good in the super late game when he gets like 4 or 5 items, but definitely not at this point in the game. And only 120 last hits. I mean, yes, he had 14 kills, but the farm's just not there for any of the heroes on Fnatic to make a comeback.
Yeah, that was a great dual lane too, I have to say so. And that was something that I'm sure Fnatic were not expecting. We were not expecting it. I mean, there was a thought in the back of your mind that maybe it was something they could go for, but that looked good, and they just really put in work. And Fnatic were banking on the fact that they would be able to get a lot out of that bottom lane with Hani being able to bring in some big farm. But it took a real long time. It wasn't until they got that big comeback fight that they could actually bring in the items they really wanted. But even then, it was just too late.
I don't think they maybe properly responded. As soon as they knew that they couldn't win this dual lane versus tri lane, the supports need to make rotations, either to the mid lane or to the off lane. Even if they rotate just a single Skywrath, it is really easy for them to get kills with the Centaur and the off lane to either of those heroes. I mean, they can kill Clinks or Shadow Demon fairly easily. And, you know, instead they just sit bottom, don't accomplish anything, were not able to secure any pulls for themselves. And they just had a really rough time against that dual lane, and they just were, I mean, just dying, basically.
Yep.
So.
Yep, and that's all it was. Fnatic ended up going down, and Empire able to pull off the win. So good stuff from them.
Yep.
That was game number 4. We're going to go ahead and move on now to game number 5 of 6 today, and this one is a doozy. Oh, I'm excited about this one. It's going to be Na'Vi against Alliance, the classic matchup. This is going to be a good one. I'm excited and looking forward to it. Make sure you hang around. get a glimpse of this one. We're going to go ahead and throw to some music, and we'll be able to come right back. If you like what you heard, catch me over on my Twitter at CoddleGuy. This handsome, dapper, very stiff-looking gentleman is Mr. F4L. Catch him over on his Twitter at F4L Dota. Thank you so much. We'll be back in just a hot second.